Before Ukraine had a chance to discuss support from NATO, Russia struck first with its largest airstrike to date. What is the intention behind the recent attack on Kyiv? In a dark atmosphere, a large-scale coordinated attack was launched by Russian forces, involving more than 420 drones and over 20 precision-guided missiles. This assault targeted Ukraine's military-industrial complex and vital infrastructure, with an intensity reminiscent of one of the largest military operations in the region. Russian forces used a variety of long-range precision weapons, including the famous Kinzhal hypersonic ballistic missiles, as well as attack drones that added speed and destructive power to the strike. The attack began with the first explosion shaking Kyiv on July 21st, followed by a series of massive explosions rattling the Kharkiv and Ivano-Frankivsk regions. In an instant, the sky above Ukraine was filled with smoke and flashes of light, signaling inevitable destruction. Ukrainian military officials confirmed severe damage in various locations, including crucial industrial facilities that have long been the backbone of their military strength. The presence of over 420 drones and missiles launched from air, sea, and land made this one of the most coordinated and destructive attacks in the conflict. Previous attacks targeted buildings, supermarkets, and warehouses. This strike, which lasted throughout the night, created an immense sense of tension. Many are asking, is this Russia's revenge for the attacks that have long targeted Russian territories? Moscow did not allow the doubt to linger. They firmly stated that the attacks were a retaliation for Ukraine's continued targeting of important buildings and infrastructure in Russian territory, including strikes deep within their borders. In the Shevchenkivsky district of Kyiv, a drone successfully breached Ukrainian defenses and struck the entrance to a subway station, adding to the already significant damage. However, the heaviest attack occurred in the Darnitsky district, where a large warehouse facility was completely engulfed in flames, leaving only rubble and thick smoke rising into the air. The relentless missile and drone attacks that pounded Kyiv for hours further shook Ukraine's air defense systems, which appeared overwhelmed by such a large-scale and rapid assault. Ukraine's losses are incalculable. Their vital military infrastructure, communication systems, and air defense facilities could not withstand the intensity of these attacks for long. Not only has physical infrastructure been destroyed, but also the hope for a robust defense capability. Ukrainian forces are now forced to acknowledge their limitations in countering such precise strikes, and the need for further assistance from their Western allies, particularly in the field of air defense, has become increasingly urgent. Amid the large-scale airstrikes on Kyiv, U.S. President Donald Trump revealed that the delivery of advanced air defense systems to Ukraine would arrive soon. Previously, the United Kingdom and Germany took the first step by leading an important meeting, gathering NATO-allied countries to discuss Trump's plan. The main focus of the meeting was to prepare a flow of weapons from Western nations to Ukraine, with the goal of helping the country counter the increasingly concerning airstrikes from Russia. One of the primary reasons for the growing Russian air threat is the increasingly dominant role of drones. Russia's expanding drone production is expected to worsen their airstrikes, making the need for a strong air defense system more urgent than ever. With his strategy, Trump proposed that European countries assist in the delivery of advanced weaponry, including American-made weapons, via NATO channels. This plan involves sending weapons from existing stockpiles, but also opens the possibility of new weapons purchases and donations. This step certainly requires close cooperation among NATO's major nations. During the discussion, the Patriot air defense system took center stage. Trump revealed that the discussions mainly focused on sending Patriot systems to Ukraine, with the first deliveries expected to begin soon. Countries such as Germany, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom also expressed their readiness to provide financial assistance in order to acquire new Patriot systems for Ukraine. However, despite the high hopes placed on this defense system, there remain lingering questions for many. Will the Patriot system be effective enough to withstand Russia's drone attacks and the Kinzhal missiles, which are known for their speed and destructive power? For some time now, the Kremlin has announced that they have increased the production of the Kh-101 cruise missile and the Kh-47M2 Kinzhal hypersonic missile by 1.5 times compared to previous numbers. This news immediately caught the attention of Ukraine and NATO, who have been working to counterbalance the potential threat posed by Russia's increasingly advanced weaponry. The Kh-47M2 Kinzhal missile, which was first introduced by Russian President Vladimir Putin in March 2018, is no ordinary missile. Kinzhal is a terrifying weapon due to its exceptional ability to penetrate even the most advanced air defense systems. Based on the design of the 9K720 Iskander-M short-range ballistic missile previously used by Russia, the Kinzhal has been modified for launch from fighter jets, making it more flexible and harder to detect. With a range of between 1,500 and 2,000 kilometers, and the ability to carry a 480-kilogram payload, whether nuclear or conventional, the Kinzhal has an incredible speed of up to Mach 10. This makes it nearly impossible to intercept by Patriot air defense systems. Russia's MiG-31K and MiG-31I fighter jets, with their extremely high maneuverability, were chosen as the launch platforms for this hypersonic missile, adding to its sophistication and destructive power. Given the capabilities of the Kinzhal missile, is the newly delivered Patriot system truly ready? Or is it already becoming obsolete? That's all for today's episode, and thanks for watching.